That is true. We rarely get into fights with dad. Yeah.
We don't get into vocal fights.
We don't get.
But he doesn't say anything to you guys.
That's not true. He yells at us a lot. He yelled at me recently because I did a long distance call.
Yeah, I mean, like, who calls? Like, Zarna, who calls
But who
Tokyo?
knows that?
I had this conversation with her
I just
last year.
didn't realize because I didn't even realize the guy was in Tokyo, and so
Yeah,
I
she
called
doesn't
him.
know.
But it must have had a 81 number, right?
But I don't know what an 81 number means.
It's a country code 81.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just a phone number.
I mean, like,
I thought
Okay.
I totally figured
Stanford.
this out.
They don't get,
$104 telephone call with telephone is free everywhere in the world.
It was a
Using
mistake.
See how he does this?
No,
now
it
you
is
understand.
frustrating because you get so upset, and I clearly was felt very guilty, and I apologize to you for making that call.
Yes, and after that I didn't say anything once you apologized.
That's not true. You just brought it up.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is because a recap of what happened.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get into the topic. So
Yeah.
the topic is family conflicts, how to resolve it, how inevitable are they?
Why are you doing the whole thing all over again that your mother
He's
had to do?
Because you
explaining.
guys just went out of it into your own
Yeah,
fight.
no, do it, Bridge. It's good.
Yeah, and what we should expect and how we should expect to resolve it. That's pretty much the basics.
And how well mom resolves it.
Okay, see, we're off track here.
No.
And I don't get much into conflict with anyone.
You
I'm
guys
easy- I'm just easy to get along with.
You're
Okay.
not
You
easy to get
literally
along
will
with.
play good cop till you die. And you will throw me under the bus till the last possible minute. Anything bad needs to be said to you three, he makes me do it. Just so you guys know this. And you dummies fall for it every time. You would think all these years of living with him, you would be smart to it. Oh no. Everybody's, oh, dad is so sweet. Dad nothing. And then mom is like this wicked witch all the time.
Okay, here's what I think. I think that all of us get into fights because they are inevitable. When you are living with people, you grow up with people, you're gonna get into some fights. That's just how life works. But I think that when mom and I get into fights, you take it a step too far and make it a lot more personal than it has
Oh
to be.
my
in
God.
almost
Dad
every
does?
fight. You.
No.
It
No.
gets so personal.
Why
You should show the text.
So quickly.
Do you guys think your mother has a temper problem?
Yes.
I'm just
Stop
asking
it.
the question.
Why are you
I'm just asking
leading
the
them
question.
on?
I'm not saying anything.
It's
I'm
not
just
temper. It's not
It's not
temper.
temper.
It's just
anger problem.
No, it's not even anger. It's that to her, words mean nothing.
Yes,
So
that's correct.
Words,
For a lawyer, words mean nothing.
words,
She's a lawyer.
but words labels everything. Like she'll say, "You're the most selfish daughter I've ever met," and then we'll resolve it, and then I'll be like, "Did you really mean that?" And you'll say, "Words don't mean anything. I obviously just say all these things," and then I'm sitting there ruminating on the fact that you call me really selfish, and I always feel really bad.
First of all, I never called you selfish.
yes, you did. Ask Bridge. I have the
Okay,
text messages.
I said this was
And then
a-
you immediately stopped sharing your location with me. And then you deleted me off your Instagram. And then you told my friend that I should never talk to you again.
Yes, I told
And then
your
you called
friends.
me asking where she was.
Yes, I was trying to keep her safe. That is correct. And words, I mean, look, you guys take every word to mean like life and death.
No, I do agree. I do agree that sometimes in fights that things can get heated, and you definitely should never hold something against someone in your family just because things happen. But you do almost always take it a step too far. Just always.
I mean, I don't know about that, guys. You are on your own on this. Like, how can you say things like that to your mother?
Exactly.
Because
Thank
she
you.
don't-
How are you taking the opposite side?
I mean, just because she has a bit of a temper problem, and
Oh.
she's seen a doctor for a while for this
You're
as
so
well.
passive aggressive.
Thank you. Thank you, Veer.
Your mother,
No, you.
You are the most
You're
passive-aggressive.
giving the same message, just saying it
That
in a
is
nicer way.
gaslighting. That is what gaslighting
That is
is.
actually
I just got gaslighted again
my
by this
She's
family.
been trying hard, but it's been 20 years of seeing a doctor about this issue.
She doesn't have a temper issue. That's
It's not
the
a temper issue.
You don't say anything. He wants to go bungee jumping, yeah, go. You want to go in the, where you wanted to go, Oman with your friend, go. No, somebody put sense in these kids' heads and be like,
Because
no,
I
you're not
trust
doing
my
that.
kids that they have good judgment.
No, you don't trust them. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to be the bad guy. You don't want to be the disciplined guy. You don't want to be the one who says no. She wants to go shopping, yeah, let's go. Somebody has to say, this is not a good
But
idea.
that's not usually what we fight about at all.
What
I
we
would
find?
say that we usually fight about really, really basic things. Like, I don't know, recently, Mom and I haven't been fighting recently, actually.
Not going.
Even though I actually recently asked Mom, who's your best friend? And she said, I'm my own best friend.
Right.
And I said, where do I stack on the list? And she said, I'm on the wait list. And that was really, really upsetting for me. And actually, I think that's the closest we got to getting into a fight.
Yes, but that was accurate. I wanted
And
to
she
tell
said
the
that
truth.
you were higher up on the wait list than I was. And I was, this happened last night. And this morning I said her chai was so delicious. And she said, okay, wait list, okay.
I mean, now it's going to drive her crazy.
Yes,
you
it's
know
driving
now.
me crazy.
Do you see this, Bridge? Do you see it?
But why would you
When we
do
talk
that?
about this family, why we have to say certain things about her?
What
Because it
certain
makes
things?
sense.
What do we say about her?
When we have a family moment, you and me, and we are discussing the two of them, you see the craziness she
The
brings?
only thing that we ever discussed that's somewhat not extremely clear is the fact that Didi's sensitive. That's it.
She is.
You are sensitive.
Very
But
sensitive.
you know that.
I'm not sensitive.
That
You
is
are
why,
like-
and
I'm
that
not
is why,
sensitive.
that is why resolving conflicts with you is very complicated.
Okay.
No, that
Yes.
is not why.
That is
you
exactly-
are impossible to resolve
Yeah,
conflict
I
with. That is
completely-
why.
You ghosted him for a whole
Oh my
8
God.
days.
Show the text. She says, she says, no, Baya says, he goes, whenever you're ready to talk about and resolve the conflict, I forgot what it was
I
about.
said, let me know.
Let me know.
And she said,
she
no.
says no with a period.
Like, I don't know what you want me to do in that situation.
Sometimes the only problem in my mind is that sometimes when we're arguing or we're in a conflict, the goal for you does not seem to
Resolve.
Resolve.
It's to
It's
win.
to
It's to
win.
win. It is always to win. It is never to resolve.
You
Wait,
never-
I'll tell you this, okay? For the first 15 to 17 years of our marriage, your mother and I used to have a lot of conflict,
We remember.
a lot of fights. Right?
Well, you don't remember.
I
But
remember.
I actually now look forward to having those fights again, even though we haven't had any fights in the last few years. Because it was nice, I realized in hindsight, to have those fights and resolve those fights.
But with us, she doesn't want to resolve them. It's all about winning. That is the major thing that our family needs to work on.
Yeah.
Resolving
Conflict
conflict resolution instead of conflict winning.
Obviously the conflict got resolved, otherwise why would we all be sitting here?
Because we get so tired out.
yeah.
She beats
Oh
us.
my
She
God.
wins. So she wins.
She wins.
She has to win.
Maybe it's the law thing, but
It's probably something
She is
to
a
do.
lawyer. I mean,
She
she's
is a lawyer.
extremely good at talking.
and I don't think it's fair then for us to fight with you. I
Okay.
want representation.
Wait, can you explain the youngest sibling thing? Because I think it's a really good point. With her.
Oh.
Oh.
Can you explain
Oh.
it?
Therapist Zoya is
I
have an
just
opinion.
I think I'm the oldest sibling of this family.
Right,
You are the youngest sibling of your family by
Right.
10 years.
right.
Mamu, who's her oldest brother, wonderful guy. Hope he sees this. So sweet. He is always the person that calls on the holidays. He's the facilitator of their family. Would you say that's true?
That's true.
I noticed recently that you exhibit a lot of behaviors that Veer exhibits, where I will say things and try and organize, and you'll just say no. Or you and I will get in a fight, and you'll logic your way
So she
out
has
of any
the
responsibility.
mental maturity of a 12-year-old.
No, I'm not saying that. Why are you trying to drive
I'm just
down?
asking.
I'm trying to explain my point of view. I'm saying that in our arguments, I have to swallow a lot. I'm always the one that
And
apologizes.
I don't. Oh.
You
Oh
never.
my God.
Ever.
The lies.
Last time she forced me to take sides, and the way she forced me to was by bribing me, giving me money, and in return she asked that I take sides.
That was
Are
crazy.
you
How much
guys?
did she give you?
She bought me like a gift.
Like what was the
It was like $20. It was hand warmers.
Yes. She
Wow.
agreed to buy him hand warmers instead of apologizing to me so that she would gain loyalty.
She said this is your last chance
And
to
because
apologize.
you're the youngest sibling, it worked. Bridge didn't even get swayed.
Zoya, I apologize all the time.
I mean, I don't
All
know.
the
When-
time.
When is that all the time?
Oh my God.
I don't think you apologize.
Anything
ever.
happens, the first thing I say is I'm so sorry.
Oh.
You guys are such. This family is such betrayers all over the
But we're not
place.
even trying to attack you. I think we're all just trying to understand.
You could have
What is
fooled me.
happening?
No, we're trying to understand. I'm trying to understand why is it so important for you to win? As
I'm
in,
not.
Would you rather just resolve it when we're all friends?
I'm trying to be on a fact-finding mission.
Oh.
It's not my fault if I fall on the side of the facts
Oh my goodness.
half the time. You know what I mean?
Whose facts?
No, there's
Who are the fact checkers?
yeah, I check the facts.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so you
It's
just
a rigged game from the start.
You guys are so mean. I'm the most. He never says sorry. Why don't you say something to him?
We never get into
has been
conflict.
about saying sorry.
You never say anything to him.
But we don't get into conflict.
And he says nothing to you guys. I'm the actual parent parenting constantly. Why isn't it his job to tell you
Why
guys
do
no?
I say plenty often that don't do this or do that, and they just listen to me.
No. And no, they don't. And when they don't, you just go to sleep. But I get into the weeds of it and be like, no, you will not do this.
The truth is, Dad, that when you get upset, like, it's like when a buddy just gets upset. Whereas when Mom gets upset,
It's like a
I'm
tiger.
worried the entire forest is about to decimate. And the tiger is just eating everything in its wake. And there might be a forest fire and no one survives. That's the thing. The consequences feel much more dire when
Yes.
Mom's upset.
Yes, because mom is actually heavily invested in improving your lives.
No,
and
it's
when
because you literally will say, I'm
Dad
never
is also
speaking to
heavily
you again.
invested in improving
That's,
our
yeah,
lives.
that's the
It's
thing.
different-
Oh,
it's
It's a
different
different
styles.
style.
just spring to his defense.
It's
Why
different
don't you?
styles. He gives us a lot more
Constructive feedback.
constructive feedback and independence. Where you give a lot of constructive.
She's a micromanager.
It's not just micromanagement. You do give us a lot of important. It's not like we're saying you're just saying stupid stuff. What you say is actually very important, especially when we're starting businesses and stuff. Your advice is extremely valuable, but you do take a lot of control and become a lot more irrational when we get into fights. A lot more
emotional, irrational, right?
Yeah.
I'm just giving him words. He's searching
I'm just
for them.
offering him words.
No, that is true. And I
It's
think
a
the one
matter
thing-
of minute before he calls upon his mother. You watch
I think it's important for all families to work on conflict resolution.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't think you should be pinning siblings against each other.
Yes.
That is a
I don't
major
know.
issue.
Okay, can we talk about the fireplace? Can we talk about what she used to do when?
Oh my god. I don't even think we're allowed to talk about because you can get jailed for
Yeah,
that.
I
I
think
don't know
that-
if that's legal.
So when I would do something wrong, instead of punishing me, she would punish Bridge and put Bridge outside of the house or put him on top of the fireplace. And I would feel so guilty.
That's
that
right.
I'm probably
It
still
was the same thing for me
traumatized.
too. If I would do something wrong, one of them would get in trouble.
Yeah.
She
That's
threatened
right.
to put him in a birch cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look how quickly everything fell into place. Everything.
That's a pretty good idea.
That's how.
Oh my
that's how
God.
you run. That's how you run the jail.
With fear.
Yes.
Where's
Why
the
don't you
love?
run with
With
love,
No.
bro?
Who's?
So one thing like that happens in our fights all the time is we'll get so heated and I'll just be like, Mom, I just want to be your friend. Like I don't want any of this like conflict. And you will say,
Get a dog.
no. She won't say I get a dog. She'll say you did something wrong though, and I don't like. You'll just focus on the wrong. And I wish that in our conflicts we were able to focus on the fact that we are still mother-daughter, and that we will come out of this.
We're
with
not
the-
going to
with
be
the-
mother-daughter.
I have no idea.
I just wish
I
that we
mean,
focused on that.
We
But
are.
If you think that I'm too sensitive, then I'll work on that. Next time you yell at me, I just won't care. The thing is that when Bridge gets yelled at, he'll just say, I'm just walking out. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. And
Bridge,
that's an
you don't do
effective-
that.
But that's an effective strategy. I actually care so much about your every word that I'm sitting there crying and then I get called sensitive. I care a lot. I'm not saying that Bridge doesn't care as much as I do, but I'm saying that
Zoya, you're almost 21 years old, correct?
yeah,
How many times a week do you talk to your mother?
every day.
Every day.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
Okay. I mean, sweetheart, that's just not a very.
But we're best
Adult
friends.
thing.
I call her all the time.
She's on the wait list.
Oh my god, bro. I'm gonna go find a new best friend.
And Bridge, you. Okay, you've not
I
left it, so,
live with her.
so it's not a good example. But you.
But
talk-
he likes talking to me.
I love talking to her, but it'll 100% be less than Didi. 100%.
You don't know that.
But like,
You don't
how
know
do you get
that.
the time to do other stuff at college, like
She doesn't.
meeting friends
I'm gonna
and.
say.
I do
I'm
a
not
lot
gonna
in
say.
college.
No, she does a lot in college, but when it comes to friends,
I have a lot of friends.
on the more.
Guys, I don't need a
Scarcity
bajillion
side.
friends.
That's right. You need your mom.
But you haven't even put me on your friend list.
You're on the wait list.
Why
You're
am I on
on
the
the-
wait
I
list?
don't know.
And why are you higher than me?
At least you two are on. He's not even on it.
You didn't want to be
I
on
don't wanna
it.
be on the wait
Yours
list.
too good for you anyway.
You're on his wait list.
Yeah, you're on his wait list. You're not even on the wait list. You got rejected.
No, listen, here's the thing. we have very perfect ways of resolving conflict in our household.
You say this every time. You have to speak for yourself.
No, I'm speaking for all of us. I'm the mom of the house. And we resolve things very amicably. Usually, by the end of the night, we are all happy and we have resolved it.
I don't think that's
and,
true.
And as evidenced by our Instagram account, by our TikTok account, where people can see, they can genuinely see
That's
how much
entertainment. That's not like...
We run a business. At the end of the day, no matter how mad at each other, we all have one bottom line, and that's money. Right?
Yes.
We all agree. That is
Yes.
the bottom line.
And
So anything to advance that, we would go with, even if we were in our darkest ages.
And see how beautifully we resolved this? You see this? Do you see why he belongs higher on the list?
There is more to
Because
life
he
than
is
money.
oh
we are
my God.
more than money. I do not want to be in a family just because you guys want me to do TikTok videos. I want to be in a family because I'm not on the wait list of your friendship thing and I'm friends with everybody in this family.
Okay, this is a great place to stop this episode right now, because I know that we're not the only family with conflicts and issues around conflicts and fighting and screaming and all that goes on. As we end every episode with a segment called Good Grades with Gargs, we're going to go around the table and ask each other who gets today's good grade for being an A+ grade, for being entertaining, for being authentic, for being real with you, the audience. And at the end, we would like to hear from you who you think deserves the A grade. So who wants to go
I'll
first?
go first. 100% goes to Didi this episode.
Why?
100%.
Why?
She made some great points. She's the one who's experienced the most adulthood and being away from the family. And I think that in her fights with you, she gets so wrongfully hammered that I'm surprised she didn't have more of like an angerment to bring up in this episode, because she was trying to resolve it in this episode. I think that was impressive.
I have to give mine to Zoya as well. But not for this reason though.
You will do anything to brown nose the kids.
No, I'm not...
He gives it to you all the time.
Yeah, I'm not giving it for the same reason as Bridge. I'm giving it because I thought that she was very articulate about her feelings and this whole idea. She explained it very well in terms of how she doesn't want to be on the wait list. She asked for representation because she understands you're a lawyer and hence it's really hard for her to argue with you.
Veer Garg is my representation.
You know, maybe she will go to law school herself. I don't know.
No, please, no.
She has a law school.
Okay, you two?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm giving my A grade to Didi as well. Although I do think you are slightly sensitive, that's not a diss. I do think that you're the most emotionally intelligent out of the 5 of us.
100%.
Are you
No
serious?
Oh my god.
Are you serious? You guys are such... Including me?
Yes. The 5 of us. We are represented as a family, not one of 5. Not
You
5 of
guys
one.
are such little brown-nosing, betraying traitors. I can't even. Okay, anyway, finish talking.
That's all I have to say. Just rest of what they said. She made some great points arguing against your hammering.
Why did you use that word? Now everybody's going to use that word, hammering.
Because I seen what you text her.
I texted, I don't want to talk right now. That is hammering.
not what you texted.
I texted.
I don't know what.
Give
watered
me-
down version
typing.
of
That
what
is
you
not
texted.
Give
what
me
you
5 minutes
And
to
then she ends up blocked.
So what? I
And then you're
block
like
people.
wondering why she doesn't make a new account to find you somehow. Like, I don't get it. Okay, who is your good grade going to, Mom?
Okay, first, Zoya, you want to go next?
I think my good grade is gonna go to Dad.
I like
For
it.
what?
I think that Dad brought up a good point that fighting shows that you care
Oh
a
my.
lot. He mentioned that he misses fighting with you because he misses that feeling of we both care about each other so much that we're actually going to argue and waste time on arguing, because that is somehow showing of some degree of affection. And I thought that was really intelligent, because as much as you and I do fight, and Dad, we fight too, but again, as I said, it doesn't feel like the forest is burning down when we're fighting.
I will try better.
I actually don't, because it's really nice. I think that it shows that you care a lot about us as kids very clearly, about Dad, and about the whole family as a whole.
And the world is at large.
Yeah.
Are you happy? He's tickled right
That's a
now.
really good point. I'm sharing my A grade with them too.
Oh my God, Bridge, you have become the biggest betraying traitor on this table today.
Did he get demoted on the wait list?
No, it's not. I'm not gonna get into it with you. Okay, I will give my grade very, very reluctantly and extremely hesitantly to Zoya. I don't agree with it overall, but she's so sensitive that if I don't give it to her,
Oh my God.
this is gonna be 10,000 more texts about this. And mom, you didn't pay attention. And mom, you didn't whatever. So let her get the A grade. But you know, between you and me,
promoted on the wait list?
we will her status on the waitlist will upload at the next podcast episode. We will keep you guys posted. My waitlist moves slowly because the churn rate is very slow in my life. Most people who come in just come in and stay, and then they stay at their elevated levels. So I would like to hear from you who you believe gets the A grade from all of us. And I would like to hear how you guys fight in your family. We would love to learn from you how to do it better because he needs tips for sure. Thank you so much. Namaste.